A very good morning to you on this 17th day of June 2025, and indeed being a Tuesday, it is about Matters Parenting on Parenting Tuesday this morning, and I am super excited to be here with you to share someone's journey on Matters Parenting. This is a child who will be sharing with us her journey, you know, in a space where her parents left her, abandoned her, rejected her. You know, she's going to take us through that journey, how she's managed this far. She's only 21 years old. How has she managed this far to be on her own, and what kind of support then does she have to just propel her in the day-to-day of this life? And also I'm joined by an expert who will be introducing themselves shortly. But before then, remember to join us on this conversation. 20316 is our SMS line, 0786316316. Our WhatsApp line. Loop into the conversation, ask your questions, and even sending your comments or feedback. Welcome, lady and gentlemen. Karibuni sana. Yeah, and I'll start with you, Christine, to introduce yourself to our audience.
My name is Christine Wamoyo. I am 21 years old. I grew up and I was raised around Eastlands and some parts in other places where I used to stay with my mom. And I work a little bit of hustle in a Jubilee. I work with Jubilee Insurance.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Karibu sana, and thanks for making time.
Thank you.
Emmanuel.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Mutwiri. I'm a counseling psychologist, currently the lead psychologist at Snapback Recovery Clinic. Thank you, Sally, for having me in the show.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure having you,
Thank
Emmanuel. Christine, I think you'll start us off in this conversation because mainly the spotlight is actually on you more because it is your story.
Yeah.
And probably may tell us briefly about your life, your family, yourself in a nutshell.
Currently, I'm staying with my grandmother. My mom stays with my stepfather. My mom, after giving birth, she used to work ananiacha na shushu. So a little bit of my life, my grandmother is like a mother to me as well. About being with a dad, I had challenges being with a dad.
Before we get there,
Yeah.
you've talked about your parents, you know, your mom here and there. So just to take us through this so that even the audience are able to understand.
Yeah.
Because it's about our title of this show today. The
Yes.
topic is parents walking away.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did it start, and at what age, and all that? So take us back a little bit.
So parents walking away. My mom, she was after getting married to the second dad.
When you say second dad, was there a first one before?
Yeah, first one before, but we have never met. Nilizaliwa kama simjui.
Oh, this is now your biological father?
My biological
You
dad.
don't know your biological dad?
I met him when I turned 19.
Okay. So
Back in
that's
2023.
2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been raised a little bit life with my mom and my stepfather.
Okay.
So my mom got pregnant. We are 5, the firstborn.
Okay.
When my mom got pregnant, you know, I grew up knowing that is my father.
Okay.
But how he used to treat me, I came to realize that he doesn't treat me the way he treats the other kids.
Okay.
So I came to realize, even when I asked my mom, why am I not being paid school fees by him? It's you. Why my name is not under him? When they go out, I'm being left there. When they are having parties or something with the other family, my journey is in the bedroom. I stay in the room. Sometimes my mom used to get pressurized because of her marriage, so she had to close for me in the bedroom. When they're having conversation, they don't include me.
Okay.
In terms of even having fights with the dad, because when he sees me, he feels like just punching my mom, or even he can punch me after finishing with my mom when I defend my mother.
Right there.
Yeah.
Daktari, this is a lot of, there's so many things that Christine is saying right there.
True.
I'm seeing, you know, that not knowing the father, up to like 2 years ago. There's a separation. Now, there's violence there for a 21-year-old, probably even much earlier. What does that mean to such a person psychologically? What are the long-term effects going through such an ordeal?
For a child who has been exposed to conflict, and especially when there is recurrent of this conflict in such an early age, they are predisposed to so many direct and long-lasting psychological issues. For example, such children, you find they have low self-esteem, they have difficulty starting and forming healthy interpersonal relationship. You find them having behavioral problems. They try and cope with substances. And for chronic coping mechanism, especially for such children, you find that suicidal ideation start kicking in, depression starts kicking in, and they can't really associate well with people in their social environment. Yes.
I love what you've talked about. You've talked about the suicidal aspect of it and also substance abuse. We'll get to that. But before then, Christine, then how was your relationship like with your parents? Before, now you don't live with them. You decide to move out.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your relationship with them?
It was here and there. There are times we are okay. There are times you don't know where conflict inaanza. Just that from a small thing. Why are you coming at this hour? Na ni mom ndo anaenda kutafuta pesa. Anaanza kumpigia from the gate. Why umefanya hivi from the kitchen? Anaanza kumpigia there. So when you try to defend, like to be the shield of your mom, assume, or like even me, it's hard because our watoto wengine they are not facing such kind of thing. It's only me. So at some point, I around to come through this journey and facing him face to face, it took a while. I faced him when I was turning 20 last year in January. Then it took a while for him. You know, he's somebody who compiles mistakes, anazieka at once. Ile siku yenye saa tablo, ataanza tu vita ye mwenyewe. So ndo ifike situation at a point I just had to move out at my mom's place. I just got tired. Because tell me why I'm out from work. You're tired, even at a young age you're working, you're trying to fix your life. Even my education parts, it was not easy for me.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, so nikitoka job napata ametoa mlango ya bedroom yenye na share with the kids. Unashanga mbona ametoa, like you're asking your mom 2 days before the incident. Mamangu anasema ajui, but she had said that kuna time alikuwa anasema ataleta vita kwa nyumba. You don't know as to why. When the time he started another violence, the extreme, the kids had gone to school early in the morning, around 5. But I was asleep. Alianza kupunch mamangu akikuja. She was nursing my sister. I have a sister. Right now she's turning 3 years. And I heard my mom screaming, and I was like, why is she screaming at this hour? When I tried to wake up and defend my mom, he punched me as well. While I was recording, he tried to snatch my phone and everything. So that morning I called my work colleague, akaniambia nitoke. That hour I had to pack my things and call my grandmother. We met with my grandmother that morning. I just told the Uber to stop where she is. I talked to her, then I go to her place first and go and compile everything and like sit down and fix myself. My auntie that morning told me just go to the police station, write an OB and everything, go to the hospital and everything, because I had bruises like internal nini kufura kwa and my mom she can't talk. She always keeps quiet because of the guy.
And I think that's also something probably I may want to know. Do you feel like your mother in this whole situation, do you feel she let you down?
Yeah, she let me down. It's been many years I've been talking to her. Why do you keep on giving this man chances and every time he fails you just because I'm your child, just because I'm not his child. And you might find this guy atasaidia watu wa nyumbani na mimi niko hapo sina school fees, ananiangalia tu. You might find him saying that mtoto wake atamaliza form 4, form 3, she'll get pregnant, she'll not go anywhere, she has nothing in this world. Yeah.
Those negative vibes.
Yeah.
So you feel in this case your mom did not stand up for you as a child. Emmanuel, when you look at this, because you know you feel rejected. Do you feel rejected?
Yeah, a lot of times.
What is how does parental rejection then shape a child's self-esteem, future, all those things? How does it play?
I would say parental rejection really and profoundly shapes a child's self-image and self-identity, because it's from the analogy monkey sees, monkey does. Right. This is the mom, a person who she should depend on emotionally and for psychological support. When this person rejects such a child, there are consequences to such rejection, and it's difficult for them especially to associate with such parents.
Right.
And them building their self-image from what they see from their parents and from their social environment is very difficult for them. So you find they have this low self-esteem and always not regarding themselves as enough.
Okay.
Because a child sees chaos in their family and trying to make meaning out of them, they kind of blame themselves and they always want to fix. You've seen so many marriages breaking apart and the child is always striving to make the marriage work, at least for them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't end very well for them because they are trying to fix something outside their control.
Okay.
And something that is not fixable, even if they have the power to do it.
Okay.
So it tarnishes their self-image. There is a distorted self-image, especially for a child who has been rejected by parents.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? You've said, you feel rejected. Okay, that's what you feel. But apart from that, what else do you feel? What are those other emotions that you have inside you?
Other emotions are mental health. At some point, when you try to communicate, you feel like you can't tell anyone. Nobody can trust you. Nobody can hear you. So you keep it to yourself. At some point, it's very overwhelming. You find yourself, you just cry for no reason. Yeah. You look for somebody to talk to. You don't want to stress your mom because she has other kids as well. And my grandmother as well, she's not that, she's oldie, she's 80, so you don't have to disturb her. The only thing she'll do is advise you and pray for you.
Yeah.
So you find yourself, you find an activity to do so that you can be happy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what has made me to work at an early age. I started working while I was 19. I used to work at a restaurant. You find some managers don't give you ample time. They just want to, you're going to look for a job. But the aim of looking for a job, you find other things they want to do. And then you just decide you don't want to do that job.
Okay.
So it's not easy. Support is you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Now, in all this, have you ever blamed yourself for anything?
It reached a point I started blaming myself. Started telling my mom, why did you bring to me in this world to suffer? You don't want to protect me from this guy. You don't want to stand up when you had the energy at that time. At a time my mom hadi ikafika ni kama pia ananikataa ndo afurahishe the guy. Ndo marriage ikuwe sawa.
When you say that she also rejected, what are some of the things that she did and you felt, or she told you directly, I don't want you?
She started some point she started beating me. Hata pia alianza kunichapa. Hadi nika decide I don't want to be a day school, I want to go to boarding so that I can't face such kind of things. I went to boarding while I was in class 6 till 2018. Kamaliza class 8, I went to form 1. To form 2 I changed the school because of the school fees, the weather, plus even the health issues. For me it was hard.
Okay.
I finished my form 4 at Dagoretti. There's a school called Riruta Central School. Even though the grades were not okay, my mom job pay ilichomeka, so hata hiyo period ya mtihani nilikuwa nafukuzwa school fees every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Emmanuel,
Yes.
why would a kid blame themselves in such a situation? It has nothing to do with them. Why would it now come to a point that now they say, I think I'm the problem here? And what impact does that have on them?
Developmentally, kids are egocentric.
Okay.
Years back when I was doing my BA, there is a unit called developmental psychology.
Okay.
This person is new to this environment, so there is a concept in developmental psychology called magical thinking.
Okay.
So you try make meaning of your social environment, and being the newest in that social environment, you kinda find yourself as the problem. So you always find yourself blaming yourself for this problem, problems that are not actually caused by you, but because you're the center of the conversations or the arguments. You always blame yourself and significantly have difficulty associating with the people that are affecting you psychologically at that moment. So their self-esteem, depression kicks in, they start having anxieties and trying to always associate themselves with every bad thing that is happening, especially on their social environment.
Okay.
Yes.
Has that happened to you? Has your self-esteem been damaged? Your self-worth and individuality as well?
Yes. My self-esteem, I know, it has happened a lot of times back then. So at some point, you'll find him being so angry with me even without doing anything. And the only thing you did as a child is to be kind to the guy. You want to try to find the father love. But his appreciation was to his own kids, but for me, he'll say something tarnishing. Okay. At some point, I used to refuse to go to school and tell my mom, I just need time. Even my health was not okay at that point, around 2017.
Okay.
I used to have breathing problems and medical issues. Those kids used to have their medical cover, but for me, yangu ilikuwa hapana, enda uambie mama yako. Wakibaiwa baiki, enda uambie mama yako. Enda uambie mama yako.
Part of his agenda.
Yeah. Go and tell your mother. Go and do this, go and tell your mother. At some point, Daddy used to mock my grandmother. Enda Jericho. Enda Jericho. Enda huko kwa shushu yako. Enda huko kwa watu wa kwenyu.
Wow.
At some point.
Wow, and I think we need to speak about Joshua as well, an amazing person.
Yeah, she's a very lovely lady.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm just wondering, did you get to a point where you wanted to end your life?
Yeah, suicide. I was in Form 4.
Did you attempt it?
Yes. I tried it like twice with drugs, with medical tablets. Ilishindikana.
God has a purpose for your life.
Yeah, I slept like for 2 days in the dorm. My body was hot. I was not seeing anything. And I don't remember what pills I took, so I just took them. I was tired. Yeah.
What then, Emmanuel, at this point, for her to reach that point of, now I think I need to end my life, what is going on through her mind? If you can just, as an expert, get into her mind. So what do you think was going through her mind at the time?
I would say this is more biological than psychological. We have an axis in our brain called hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis. This is a stress response system in our brain. When you're exposed to stressful situations early, this system secretes cortisol and adrenaline, which are stress hormone. When there is recurrent exposure to stressful events and there is constant secretion of these hormones, you kinda get acquainted to stress and stressful situation, which leads to emotional despair.
Okay.
The best way for such a young person to cope and deal is look for a way to end the suffering. I've already had enough. This is too much for me.
Right.
The people around me are doing very little to help me overcome this.
Okay.
What else can I do? So, escaping, ending this sad reality is always an answer for majority of them. Suicidal thoughts, or what we call suicidal ideation, start kicking in.
Right.
There are so many suicidal attempts, and eventually one might succeed. One might succeed, and they end up ending their life from these childhood traumas.
Yeah.
So they have profound impact, especially to young children. If you see your child is suffering psychologically from the issues that you as parent are causing to that child, you would rather intervene. Early intervention really help a long way in curbing this suicidal ideation and suicidal thoughts.
Wow.
Yes.
But now in her case, for example, then we have, she has even no one to talk to at that point. It is just probably her. She looks at the grandmother, she's old. I don't want to burden her. What other outlets maybe can she have? Probably journaling?
Yes.
What else?
There are so many outlets to channel these emotions. You can journal, you can listen to music,
Right.
mindful art therapies, talking to and child praise especially, they help a long way in distracting yourself from engaging in this suicidal ideation.
Okay.
So anything that can help distract can help really a long way in helping curb these thoughts and pushing them as far as you can to your subconscious mind.
Okay.
They might be suppressed, and sometimes exposure again to this event might make them resurface, but significantly you reduce the impact they have on you as a person.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you get yourself out of that dark pit? Because I imagine where you are, for you to get to that space of, this is it, I'm ending it all here. How did you get yourself out of that?
How did I get myself? I took a while. Took a while, almost a year and a half for me to say enough is enough. That morning showed me everything. That morning showed me that my life can end with someone who hasn't been there for me. And for my mother's safety, Pia, I had to just let her be that guy. So I just said, it's enough is enough. I have a life to live. I don't want to continue staying in that toxic area, because I'm growing as well.
Right.
And I want my life as well. I want a perfect shaped life.
Fantastic. I
don't want my kids even to face such kind of things. I've been praying a lot, and I've been praying for my mother's safety as well. Since I wrote everything, the OB and everything, I said when anything happens to my mom, apart from me going out, I know it's the guy. I've done it.
Okay.
Yeah, because my mom can't speak out. That's the thing. She will not speak out. Atapanchiwa nini nini. Mama shosho amwone ako na bruises, atasema ni allergy. You know, she's light. But mimi nikiongea, it is the beating and everything. Hata mi atanipiga as well. Yeah.
Wow. It's not easy for
it's
you.
It's not easy, but back and forth. Yeah.
But I can hear you. You got out of that space because of speaking positively to yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's what you decided to do.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What is your relationship like with your siblings?
To be honest, the last time I saw them, they just came to my little graduation. That was the last time to see them. I saw them once after that incident. Now it's like an year without seeing them. I talk to my mom and tell them we can bring them somewhere we talk, but if the guy is around, she can't. Maybe ende nyumbani ndo awalete.
So in talking terms with your mother, you speak?
I speak calls. Yeah.
You call her and but do you meet and have a conversation like a mother and daughter kind of relationship?
No. Nikipitia tu maybe kazini yake nikimpata ni sawa, we can say hi and ask her how are my siblings doing. The little baby hajanisahau. Yeah, she calls me, is that boy? Nothing much.
But what does she say about everything? Like, do you tell her about what you're going through, and does it touch her in one way or the other?
She tells me that I should not speak out, ninyamaze.
Your mom?
Yeah, ninyamaze. Actually, she will get angry
For this?
Oh
yeah?
She doesn't know. So, even last year when I tried to look for someone to help us, she said no. You just come back, hakuna mtu alikufukuza. And she was there while aliona nikifukuzwa.
Okay.
I was told, get out with your things, never come back here, you have nothing, you're just a parasite, pesticides, everything.
And all those insults.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, Emmanuel, this is not easy. I don't even think it's a conversation for the less than an hour that we have, but you know, at least we're here, and I hope, you know, as you unpack all this, you feel a little bit better, you know. And we are all here, including our audience, my lovely audience, listeners and viewers are out there. I know they're listening to you, and if there's any advice, any question probably you have, or even comment or encouragement to the young lady, please do that through 20316 SMS line or 0786316316. That is our WhatsApp line. And also, just to remind you that today being a Tuesday, we'll be praying for you as our partners, people who've been with us, who support us, who are there sending those text messages and encouraging us, you know, day to day. This is your day. We'll be praying with you and for you. So remember to send in your prayer requests. And also on 27th June, we do it again, Prayer Circle Live. It will be here, and we'll be having an amazing time in the presence of God as always. So be sure to join us on that day. We're going to take a very short break. Honestly, we need Jesus. Indeed we do. Because as a parent, why would I do this to my child? I'll definitely be needing Jesus. Let's take a listen.
We are living in a lost and broken world, constantly bombarded by messages of hate and atrocities. But with God, we can overcome. Find hope and restoration on the go through life-changing shows on the Family Media app.
And then you will lose yourself and gain the world. And Jesus said, what good is it?
Get to stream Family TV and Family Radio 316 straight from your phone. Catch up on a show you missed or create video streaming playlists by saving and watching videos from our huge variety of shows at your own convenience. Download the Family Media app, available for all Android and iOS users on the Google Play Store and Apple Store respectively. Family Media, keeping Jesus on the airwaves.
Welcome back to the conversation. But before we get back to the conversation, then I would want to go through our socials, and seeing someone, Anne is saying to Christine, the Lord is your strength and salvation. He's a good father, and that one is in caps. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Thanks for sharing your story. Through this, you'll continue to heal, and very importantly, you will be able to help others in the same situation. I pray you continue to find your hope and strength in He who alone is holy. That is a message for you, Christine, for encouragement. Thank you very much, and we appreciate that. Then there's also Hello Family TV. I just wanted to ask the young beautiful lady what this whole experience has taught her in terms of being resilient and also survival. And then, do you worry about abandonment happening again, either in friendship or love? So probably first, Christine, you may respond to what this whole bad experience has taught you in terms of being resilient and also just surviving.
Thank you so much. It has taught me, this whole thing has taught me to be strong, and there's hope somewhere. You do some things and you see they go through as well. It has taught me to continue being kind and loving to those people that are around there.
Okay.
Even my siblings, I really love them a lot. Survival. I'm trying.
A day at a time.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
trying.
Okay, you're not yet there.
Yeah.
But
I think
baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then there's a question for you, Emmanuel. To the doctor, what are some of the early warning signs that someone might be considering suicide, especially among our youth? telltale signs?
Yes, a few signs, just to mention them. If this child was vibrant
Right.
in how they play and associate with people, when suicidal ideations start kicking in, they start alienating,
Okay.
closely to isolating. So if you would see them play with the rest of the children in your estate, now they don't.
Yeah.
They want to be in an enclosed space,
They're withdrawn.
far away from the social interactions. Again, they have behavior problems.
Okay.
Sometimes they are aggressive, sometimes they are not. And there are significant mood swings,
Okay.
especially when you try and approach them on an event, there is a mistake done possibly on their end.
Okay.
And then they don't want to eat, they don't sleep well at night, they don't want to attend school.
She agrees with you. Actually. Yeah.
It's true.
Yes, and now they prefer withdrawn in an enclosed space. You see them presenting symptoms of depression.
Okay.
They want to be as far away from people as possible.
Okay. I think we need to talk about this very special person, very special lady who is taking care of Christine at this point. She's been your support, yeah? Shushu, who has even brought you this morning.
Yeah.
Please tell
Shushu.
us about Grandma.
Grandma, Shushu, her daughter, second born, passed on 203.
Okay.
In 203. Then I was born on 204, January.
Okay.
So Shushu has really taken care of me, and she's like a mother as well. She has given me hope and encouragement.
Okay.
She prays for me as well every time. She tells me there's one day, and you'll come and look back and see that there's a change. My grandmother as well has also encouraged my mom
Okay.
a lot of times to move out from that marriage if she feels she's pressed. And for her to say that, I think she even told me about her story. I came to realize, I asked her, where's my babu? Where is he? She
Yeah.
told me she had some experience with him as well.
Okay.
And she moved out as early as, well, she was
Yeah,
pregnant.
yeah.
She never waited for it.
Okay.
Because in January, we buried one of our aunties. She was pregnant, and I guess the husband was pressing him.
Gender-based violence
Yeah.
as well.
She passed on. So I guess at that time I told my mom, umeona, umefungua macho, are you seeing? So I don't know. We tried.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
But so,
but-
Shushu, in your life, what lessons have you learned from her?
Shushu, she's a go-getter, she's a fighter. Whatever she does, little or small or big,
Yeah.
she's the best because amenilipia school fees pia yeye.
Oh, wow.
She has sacrificed her own self to really work. Little that she gets, she provides as well.
Okay.
That time when I was young, she used to go with me to school as well. She used to come for visitings. She used to take me to the hospital as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you forgiven your parents yet?
Yes,
You have.
yes, I have.
You've forgiven them.
Yes, I have.
Great.
I did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, what is the role of forgiveness in her healing journey?
Forgiveness plays a big role, especially in healing from childhood traumas.
Yeah.
Forgiveness will not easily erase the abuse or the absence of your parents or the rejection. But what I know, when you consciously and deliberately decide to let go of these things that were done to you by whoever did them, regardless of whether they deserve it or not,
Yeah.
you're doing it for your own healing.
Absolutely.
And I believe forgiveness is the first step to healing. I'm happy for Christine, at least she has taken that bold step to
Yeah.
forgiving a parent despite what they did. So sometimes forgiveness is a deliberate choice you have to make for yourself. The other person might not see what they have done, for what they did,
True.
from how they view and how they perceive you. But when you deliberately decide to forgive them, you're healing for your own good and you're letting go of what has happened in the past. Yes.
She's the bigger person here, actually, isn't it?
True.
Christine, when we were talking, you spoke about your mental health.
Yeah.
What about it? Because the expert is here, so you need to say exactly when you say mental health, what did you mean by that?
About mental health, it really affected me a lot because I've said I used to stay in the bedroom. When visitors come, I'm not introduced as a kid. Stay in the bedroom. It really affected me. At a point I used to cry at night. At a point I faced my mom and tell her, mbona mimi, why me? Why me? Am I being blamed of things that I haven't done? Even by the sisters to the guy as well. My mental health affected me even in school. I had no one to call to except from my grandmother or at some point my mom. Well, she's okay, and ask her I need some help if there is and if there is no.
Did that affect your performance in school?
Performance in school as well, because wanafanyiwa uniform shopping ya uniform. Umekaa na uniform for like 3 years, imenini inakaa tarnished. For them, after every 6 months, they had to be bought new clothes and shopping.
All right.
Ukihitaji shopping kama pads, necessary things that you need as a lady.
Yeah.
It was hard in school, so you had to keep quiet.
Okay.
And I used to cry a lot. I used to cry. I guess that time I used to cry and I used to have anger issues as well.
Anger issues.
Anger. I used to have anger. That's I'm young but na hawa watoto wanaambiwa wasifanye kitu mimi ndo nafaa kufanya. Anger issues were a lot, and I'm saying we have to share chores as kids. But for me,
so you'd find yourself snappy?
Yeah. For me it was only me ndo naambiwa nifanye hizo zote at that time.
Have you sought therapy? Because I think that's what Emmanuel has spoken about, withdrawal, the anger issues. Emmanuel, have you sought therapy in all this?
I have never gone through a journey with a therapist.
Okay. Yeah. What is the role of therapy, Emmanuel, being an expert? What is the role of therapy in rebuilding self-esteem, in healing that self-identity? Is it important?
Yes, I believe therapy is very, very important, and therapy plays a very significant role in helping consolidate and reintegrate what you're going through as a person. Consequently, with the help of a good therapist, you are able to build a positive self-image despite what happened in the past. You're able to see light at the end of the tunnel. It's a process. Yes, it takes time. Yes, to heal, but it's a beginning, and it's a step that you have to boldly decide to seek therapy, because you will significantly be able to overcome this emotional pain that you're having to face, and eventually the trajectories of what you've had to deal with are significantly reduced. Yes.
Yeah, and in the same, while still at that, probably you can talk to us, including our viewers and listeners wherever they are, the attachment trauma, the attachment trauma, and how does it relate in this case?
Majority of people or young people exposed to insecure homes, feeling unwanted, feeling helpless, feeling unseen, their attachment issues, especially in how they relate and see each other. There are types to attachment. There is a secure one, there is an anxious one, there is a disorganized one, and there is a
Okay.
When you have no one to depend on as a child, there is no caregiver, there is no one you can look up to as a parent. You have no one you're emotionally attuned to. So you kind of feel left out in your social interactions, which brings an attachment issues, not just with your friends, but significantly even in your marriage.
Okay.
So you have to associate with people out of convenience. Not that you really want to be there the person, but you have to be there because you're not enough when alone.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. You know, as you're speaking about all this, I remember there was a question someone asked in terms of, do you ever worry about abandonment in future? Probably
Yes.
in your relations. Do you?
Yes.
It has
Do you
happened.
fear that
Yeah, it,
hata huyo ataniacha?
it has happened.
Oh.
So I had to cut off circles with friends because some of them are just there for other things rather than to build you and like to give you a safe space. What else? As in friends, I find friends from church are much more family than outside, because outside you find a lot. When you tell them my parents can't allow me, I really can't do it actually, because the way I'm raised is very different from you.
Okay.
And it has, at a point I used to hate being around men as well, male friends. I used to just stay with ladies as friends. I used to find it more safer, because even my grandmother used to tell me, why does the guy hate you? Because the guy hates me for no reason at all. No reason.
That thing really seems to hurt you.
Yeah.
Emmanuel,
Yes,
your take on that, because seems she's really, I think it's something you may want to pick up probably after this, to just have a talk with her.
Yes, yes.
And you know, we can see it in terms of even how she's picking her friends. You're the expert again. Do you think even the way she's picking her friends, she's saying the male ones,
Yes.
I'm just comfortable with my girlfriends? Is the trauma now applying here when it comes to even the way she's picking her friends?
Yes, yes. She has been with dads, I would say, who have not been very supportive
Right.
to her as a person. So a relationship with the male gender is distorted. And she believes every man is out to take advantage or get whatever they want from her.
Yeah.
So her associating with men is very difficult, because these traumas were instilled in her at a very early age.
Yeah.
So as we were saying in attachment, she might have difficulty associating with male from what she has experienced from her dad, but it's something that can be dealt with if you're willing to take a step to exploring and finding answers and finding a way to deal with this other gender minus the reservation that they are probably out here to harm me.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. In all this, Christine, again, how has this changed you as a person?
I just had to accept. Accepting taught me that you don't have to be around you so that I can feel safe. I might go there and find my luck. So me taking a step ahead from walking out there, I guess some doors have opened. Because when I was in that house, it's like a box. You have nowhere to go. It's corners coming back to the same place. So I cried, I prayed to God. I said, if this is going to happen, and this is what you've seen in my future, you've seen that I have to take a step ahead and move. I just decided to go outside, and I am happy that my grandmother stays in Nairobi. That's the thing.
And I'm also happy that you chose to go to your grandma. You should have done anything else. You should have decided, I'm going to get married. I'm going to just be out there in the streets.
The guy thought that I won't go to my grandmother or something. He thought that maybe I'm going to boyfriend or someone. I just went to my grandmother.
Oh, and God will do you good, absolutely. Emmanuel, for grandma who is here, and you said, like when you're in such a situation, you need a stable, probably kind of figure to guide you, to talk to you. Do you think the grandmother is doing a good job? She's playing a very good role.
I would say she's playing a very good role, especially in raising her. Research shows that when you have one caregiver, like a grandmother, who is emotionally attuned to her and this is a person she can depend on, means she has someone to find emotional nourishment from, which builds her resilience to face this other relationship. She might not entirely replace her parents' absence, but she's there as a guide, and as a person she can always look up to for advice, for guidance, and for the help of navigating life stressors. So I would say a grandmother is a blessing to her, a blessing in disguise, and I hope that you make her proud.
And of course, just like I had said when we started, she's here with us. You know, she brought her. She's up somewhere there waiting for her, and I think that's great support. She woke up very early to be here in good time, and you know, and all that. But let's speak about your future, your dreams. What are your dreams? What are your future aspirations? Your future aspirations, right?
Yeah, I've been having visions, not one, not two, not three. It's even a drive for me to go and look for a passport. It has made me even to go to driving school as well. So it has made me to do some short courses.
Okay.
I'm aspiring to be a big person in the next 5 years to come. I pray to God that it happens.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm looking to relocate or do something that it will make this family come out from where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
When she shares her story like she's doing, Emmanuel, is that therapeutic as well?
Very, very therapeutic. The therapeutic value you find in sharing your stories, encouraging other people who could be facing what you're trying to deal with is really therapeutic. And I know she might not see it, but there is someone out there who is really encouraged by her story. So keep doing what you do. It's saving lives out there. It might not be as big as you would anticipate, but I will pray to God that everything and every soul out there will seek encouragement and guidance from you. And thank you, Christine, for sharing your story.
Thank you as well for hosting me here.
If you're to speak to your parents right now, if they just stumble upon this today, what would you tell them? Both of them. Both your biological dad. Speak to your biological dad. Speak to your step dad and your mother.
If I were to speak to them today, I think I should tell them that I really love them a lot, and I need just that conversation, father-daughter love, mom love, but for the dads as well, I need their support. I need their support.
If your dad right now, the one who's with your mom, asks you to go back, would you?
It will take time.
Why? You forgave him?
Yeah, I forgave them, but to forget is not easy. Yeah, to come back to that house when you're threatened. At some point they used to say when they argue, they'll close the house. Hakuna mtu ati, when my father, stepdad threatens my mom, anamwambia nitakupiga ukufe huko nikutoe meno. My mom anasema sitakubali kufe peke yangu. I'll close the house, niwashe gas ilipuke. At some point I had to call my grandmother. So kurudi huko, it will take time.
You wouldn't. Okay,
Yeah.
it's understandable.
It will take time.
Absolutely.
It will take time.
Emmanuel, your parting shot.
Let me say, let me quote Maya Angelou.
Okay.
She says that people will forget what you did, people will forget what you said to them, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
Right.
So we have to be accommodative as much as we can to the people around us.
Yeah.
Because how we make them feel is significantly impacting the people they turn out to be in future.
Okay.
So let's be supportive as much as we can. The society will not be angelic in a span of an eye, but we can offer emotional support to people suffering. We can offer what we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what we have is what we can share. So let us support each other, let us grow together, and God will bless us all.
Amen, amen. And asanteni sana. Thank you both of you, Christine and Emmanuel, for making time. Very, very much appreciated. And to you, my viewer and listener, wherever you are, I want to also say a very big thank you. Thank you for the feedback, the interaction that you've had with us this day, and also to that special group of people, our partners, who ensure that we bring you impactful, informative content like this. We've been doing it for the last 25 years. We want to say asante sana. If you want to be part of this great team, you can do that by sending the word partner to 20316 SMS line or 0786316316. That is our WhatsApp line. Sending the word partner and our team will reach out to you. And also, if you want to support us in any way, you can do that through paybill number 316316, and the account number shall be your telephone number. Remember, today we are praying for our partners, and we'll be doing that throughout this week. And on Friday, the 27th of June, we'll be having live prayer circle where we'll be together in the presence of the Most High God. So be sure to join us on that day. God bless you and keep you. See you again tomorrow on Matters Finances, where we'll be talking about instant reach, instant risk with the young people still. God bless you.